Ladies and gentlemen, Vince here. I'm reviewing brand new reward apps to see if they're actually worth our time or not. I hope you'll enjoy. The first application is called Angular Bubbles, Reel and Pop. And this is what it looks like when you first launch it up. Bottom right corner of the screen, you have your currency, everyone, of not only gems, but PayPal as well. You see every 3 hours, those gems convert into the PayPal currency, or at least they're supposed to. But at the bottom of the screen, you'll find some little extra activities as well, such as some nets with rewards in them, as well as like a little spinning machine here. Now, top left corner of the screen, we have our currency of coins, which in my opinion are just there pretty much for looks. There's also a gift floating around with supposed currency, but again, I wouldn't believe that. And that's because it actually brings up the gem currency, even though it has a dollar symbol there, which is again a little bit misleading. The actual gameplay itself is very simple, everyone. As you can see, you simply shoot the ball into the other ball that's the same color, and then you slowly make your way up the level itself. Along the way, you'll get these little gems, of course. Now, realistically, I found that each level will generally take around 1 to 2 minutes, at least in my own experience here in Australia. Now, the thing is, everyone, with these little play and earn applications, the time to reward ratio is so skewed in my country. I don't know what it's like for yourself. In fact, I'd love for you all to leave me a comment how you guys go with these apps. Also, every single 1 minute an advertisement's going to play automatically, so that will become very frustrating for people that aren't used to this. I did quickly want to say, if you enjoy what I do here on YouTube every single week, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have no idea how long it takes to test some of these apps out, dude. I really hope you all enjoy. That is all there is to the application, everyone. There's really not too much else going on. So my first test obviously started off with 0 currency. It took almost 6 hours to get the 5 cents worth of currency for today's review, everyone. I kid you not. So at least here in Australia, this probably has one of the worst conversion rates I think I've seen, at around 1 cent per hour. But is it actually legitimate? Surprisingly, everyone, I did withdraw my 5 cents worth of currency, and they did reward me straight away, at least in my own experience. So there you go. I mean, is that really worth it though? In my opinion, absolutely not, but that's why you watch these reviews, right? And of course, depending on country, you may have a much better experience or a much worse one. That's how these little play to earn apps go. So you can decide for yourself. That's my opinion. Let's move on. The next application is called Bits and Cash. And this is what it looks like when you first launch it up. And just a warning, you will need a Zebedee wallet, guys. Top of the screen, you have your in-game currency and your Satoshi currency, which is of course crypto. Underneath that, you have your little coins that you have to cut the rope for, and then hopefully they land on the correct multiplier. This is all the game is, everyone. You simply cut the rope and hope that you get the right multipliers, because if you don't, you're kind of screwed for the level. Games like these are again very simple, with the task of just really getting you to watch ads, essentially. Because at the end of every level, of course, you'll get an advertisement. There's also a leaderboard function as well, which I don't really see the point of personally if you're looking for like the earning potential. I think it's more of just like a game aspect. But I found that each level roughly takes around 1 to 2 minutes, everyone. And depending on how well you play, is really going to determine how much of the Satoshi you're actually able to generate over time. As I said, some of these app developers actually have like a hard set earning limit on their apps, so they may require like a certain amount of advertisements watched on the back end to then give you Satoshi. Like here, even if you fail a level, you can still watch an ad to retry it, or you can actually skip the level. Now, after seeing advertisements, you'll notice here we have 6 Satoshi. So all in all, everyone, for this review, I played for roughly an hour and 20 minutes, and checking out the cash out area is going to show you, take away the 6 Satoshi I just generated, I actually withdrew 52 Satoshi. And thankfully, everyone, it instantly hit the Zebedee wallet, which was great to see, guys. So technically, around an hour and 20 minutes or so of gameplay generated 9 cents worth of USD currency. The thing about cryptocurrency, especially now how Bitcoin's going, this is why people stack Satoshis, because they're hoping it grows over time in value. Unlike the dollar, obviously. 2 very different currencies. So that's my review of Bits and Cash. You do whatever you want with that information. Let's move on. Next, we have Bingo Rewards. And this is what it looks like when you first launch it up. Top of the screen, you have your in-game currency again, everyone. You'll notice I have 2 cents worth of PayPal currency, and it's also an in-game gem system. All you literally need to do is just activate the spin feature, which then, of course, you can try and convert into gems. Now, obviously, they want you to watch an advertisement to claim these gems, and in return, at the end of every 3 hours, those gems get converted into the PayPal currency, or at least they're meant to. So again, we have another play to earn type of application here that's going to be peppering you with advertisements every single chance it gets. So now I've just generated some of the gems, and you'll notice here, some of the symbols actually do have gems as well associated with them. So in the span of 2 minutes, we've had 2 advertisements already. Bottom left corner of the screen, you have your spins. and they regenerate every 2 minutes. This is all the game is, everyone. Don't be fooled. The whole concept is just to watch the ads, okay? All of this is just for dramatic show. And that's another ad prompt for the 3rd time now in 3 minutes. Again, I understand why these applications do this, everyone, because they give you a little bit of the ad revenue, but sometimes it's so full on. Now, just like the previous app we saw, I played for 1 straight hour, and I only generated 740 of the gems. So realistically, it's 3 cents USD for 1 hour of playing here in Australia. And if you try and cash it out, they still have the 5 cent minimum, everyone. So because this is all from the same developers, I don't really doubt they actually will follow through, but that doesn't mean it's worth your time, and for me, it definitely wasn't, okay? Again, you guys are more than welcome to do whatever you want, but I just cannot endorse something like this just for the time's sake. If you have nothing else going on, then sure. In my opinion, there's much better apps. So that's Bingo Rewards, everyone. You guys can do whatever you want with the information. I'm moving on from it. Next up, we have Merge and Drop. So again, everyone, you will need a Zebedee wallet to get these Satoshis. This is what Merge and Drop looks like when you first launch it up. Top of the screen, you have your Satoshi counter. Next to that, you have the in-game currency. Underneath that, you have little balls that you can merge together, where the higher the number, the better you're gonna go when you drop them. In fact, let me just show you right now. There's a new ball again. At the bottom of the screen, you actually have your purchase options, as well as upgrades. To add more balls to the field here, there we go. Very good. Let's merge them all together, everyone. You obviously want to have the best upgrades available. That's just common sense. This is where the in-game currency comes into play. It's purely for upgrades. Okay, so I've upgraded all I can. Let's drop the ball. And now you're going to notice it's going to smash these chests out, everyone, which should deliver in-game currency, and in some circumstances, even Satoshi. Again, it completely depends on how many advertisements you've seen, so keep that in mind. The more progress you make, obviously the better the experience is going to be. Now you have the option to watch the ad, and there we go. I just got some Satoshi from completing that level, but in my opinion, it's from watching the ad. And then it's literally rinse and repeat, everyone. That's really all the application is, and that's really all there is to show. Now, I played for 1 hour straight, and I generated and redeemed 38 Satoshi. And I'm very happy to say, just like the other Zebedee app we just saw, this one did come through again, straight away to the Zebedee wallet, which was excellent, everyone. I did only generate 7 cents this time instead of 9 cents. So that's my review of Merge and Drop, at least here in Australia. Again, completely up to you. You guys do whatever you want, but at least now you know about it. Let's move on. Next, we have Cash Power. All right, now this one's interesting, everyone, okay? Because it's from a developer we've covered before. You guys have probably seen this type of application before as well. It's a Playtime Rewards one. Top of the screen, you have your account balance. You'll notice here I have 11,673. And heading over to the payout options, we have PayPal currency with a minimum of 1 single cent for 400 coins here in Australia, whereas $1 breaks down to 36,500 coins. Now again, at least here in my country, the only way to actually use it is with Playtime Rewards, whether it be the task-based offers or the per-minute system. Given that $1 is around 35,000 of the coins, most of these offers are really paying below average in my opinion to what you could get on another offer wall. Now, does that necessarily make it a bad application? I mean, realistically, everyone, it's all in the eye of the beholder. You might actually like this in your country, but here in Australia, I feel like there are much better applications on the market, reward-wise. To be fair, I did play Screws and Fasteners Conundrum, 4,600 coins, and Galaxy Attack for 6,696 coins. Look, the games themselves are pretty decent, okay? And I don't want to knock it because it actually does, in my opinion, come through what it promises. It gives you these little games to earn the coins, and it reminds me of Cashduck, another application we recently covered. That's because, in my opinion, it's from the same developers. But once we actually get to the cash out options, this is where the problems actually started to occur for myself. So I tried to cash out 20 cents worth of currency. I wasn't actually able to go through with it because they have a selfie system where it's claiming that I'm already registered with them. I don't understand how, since it's a new app. So I'm just letting you guys know that, alright? I do believe they'll come through though, because it's from the same developers as Cashduck, in my opinion. If you do use Cash Power, just let me know how you go and if you had the same problem, okay? Let's move on. Next up, we have Joy Slots. Now, here we go again, everyone. Another one of these little play-to-earn applications, okay? This is what it looks like when you launch it up. Top of the screen, you have your Coinbase currency. You then have a timer. And then, of course, you have your PayPal currency. Yes, it's one of those apps again. Now, let's just go to Snow World. You see a fake leaderboard in my opinion, and then you get access to the little spinning area here, okay? It took 1 minute to play the ad, and it plays every 1 minute. So what you're seeing on the screen at the moment is really just filler content essentially, okay? What they're waiting for is for that ad timer to click over and to play again. And And there's another ad as I'm speaking. Now, this by far has the most aggressive ad system I think I've seen ever. It definitely resembles the scam apps back in 2020, everyone. But the flip side here is, how did my actual tests go? They do have like little mini games as well, where I swear you get way more coins than the actual spinning element. Now, I played for 55 minutes, everyone, and I managed to clock up 540,000 of the coins. That only converted into 4 cents worth of USD currency. Now, in regards to the cash out options, here in Australia, it's 1 cent minimum, okay? They apparently have gift cards coming in the future. I doubt that, though. I don't know how long this app's even going to be around for with the amount of ad spam. Either way, everyone, I did withdraw 4 cents worth of PayPal currency, and they actually did reward me straight away in my experience, okay? I don't know how it's going to be in your country. But again, that doesn't mean it's actually worth the time and effort at all, okay? In fact, I actually believe this is a pretty bad run of new applications, reward-wise. I really hope the next batch is much, much better. So you do what you want with Joy Slots. Again, it's early access as well, which is a bit worrying, but that was my experience. Check out my channel for almost 1,000 money-making reviews. I'll catch you all next time. Stay safe out there.